Hello, in this tutorial we're going to take a look at profiles and credentials in Glint and what we can do with these. So if you click on the settings icon in the top right, then you'll see there's a profiles tab and a credentials tab. I'll just go through profiles first and explain what these are. So at their core, these are really ways of specifying the username and email that gets attached to commits when you're using Git. So if we add a new profile, you can enter a name for it, and then you have the username and email that will get actually attached to commits. So if I just enter something in here and save, I'm actually going to add a second profile just for demonstration purposes. Maybe like this. So you can set up as many profiles as you want, and they're here. Then when you're in a repository, you can see here there's a select profile option, and you can choose which profile you want to use, and that will be then attached to the commits that you make. So if I just make just a test commit here, you'll see that the author is then using this home profile, and it has the email and username I specified. Whereas if I make a commit using the work profile, it will then have that email in there. So that's basically what profiles are for. You can see there's also some other options in there. So you can see you can allow access to all repositories, or you can select specific repositories. So I can say perhaps this profile should only be able to see this repository, and then it should hide it. So if I'm on the home profile now, I can only see the allowed repositories. And the other option is about credentials. So if we go back to profiles, you can see there's also a similar thing here with credentials where we can allow access to the specific credentials, but I don't have any set up yet. So let's go to the credentials section and see here. So you can add a new credential, and there's either a username and password or an SSH key. And these credentials are just ways to authorize you with the Git remotes. So if I add my GitHub one in here, I've added that SSH key in here, and now I would be able to restrict access. Say maybe I only want to access that one here. It works very similarly to the access for repositories. Sorry. So I have that set up there, and when I go on my repository, I can now specify per profile which credential I want to use to access the remote. And when you switch profiles here, it will just use the credentials you specified in the settings here for the repository.